Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Weiner Wellness Virtual Summit. We have a very special morning commentary group today. This is Jeff Nisnik from the Weiner Wellness Center who's with us. He's an applied kinesiologist, and he's been with the Weiner Wellness Center how long, Jeff?
3.5 years.
That's awesome. And of course, Joe Messino is back, the godfather of nutrition. And I am Tracy. Well, back again this morning. My name is Tracy Straub. I am the Vice President of Education and Marketing for Nutritional Frontiers, and we're just so excited that everybody's tuning in this morning. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here, guys.
That's great to be here. Excited about doing this.
So how are you, Jeff? We haven't seen you all week. I don't know if you had the opportunity to catch any of the lectures.
I have not, but I'm doing great. Glad to be alive. I'm glad to be affiliated with the wonderful organization we're affiliated with. The Weiner Wellness Center is awesome. The Nutritional Frontiers is awesome. You're awesome, Tracy. Joe, you're awesome. Just happy day. Come by.
That's right. Well, I know yesterday was a great schedule. We had some really good speakers, some new people kind of on the bracket. Joe, do you have any favorites from yesterday?
Well, yesterday was awesome. You had a couple of new speakers, first timers. I always like the first timers, or as Mikey G would say, first newcomers. No, new timers. New timers. That's it. New timers. Yeah, we had Megan Purdy from Allergy Research. We had Kathleen Geringer. She was, great. I mean, you gotta love it when every time we do this. This is what, our fourth virtual, right? Is this the fourth one? And we're getting.
It feels like more.
It does. But we're getting new speakers every time, and I think that's just awesome. We're getting vendors, we're getting new doctors, and we got a great showing from Florida this time. We got a lot of speakers from Florida. A couple today, right? A couple of the ones today are Florida. Kathleen Geringer's Florida. And of course, Len. I don't know where Len Branson. Where is he? Is he Georgia or Florida now?
Well, we're not sure. He's kind of like Rashid. We don't know where he is most of the time. We don't know
where he is. Yeah. Where's Rashid?
He's like Fine Waldo. So, yeah, but I thought it was interesting that Dr. Len did his whole joint health presentation for golfers. And then Dr. Phil Ross came in and did a whole presentation about joint health, anatomical health, neurology, all the new tools. And he mentioned that he's developing a program for golfers. And I was like, you have to go back and watch Dr. Len's presentation. He's like, oh, I missed it. He's like, I've been in my treatment room. So he's a great guy. What a great asset to the Weiner Wellness Center. We're really excited to have him on board.
Yeah, we're keeping him busy. His schedule's filling up fast.
He's got a lot of great energy. He's when you're around him, people like that, you feel good. He's just got that person that puts that personality out there, and you want to be around that guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and then we did the round table on diabetes. I thought that was great. I kind of threw some questions at them, Jeff. They weren't prepared for, but just to take a different spin on the diabetes pandemic that we're living in right now with obesity. Not just like, hey, what is it? How does insulin function? Which they did a great job letting us know that on foundational health. But, what about food sensitivities, Jeff, and diabetes? What about candida and diabetes? So we talked through some things. But, Jeff, you're kind of like the expert, I would say, on food sensitivities. Tell us a little bit about that.
Food messes people up if you buy it outside of your house. If you go outside your house and you buy something that's prepared somewhere, there's chemicals in it. There's all kinds of endocrine system disrupting chemicals. And it's adding to the demise of everybody. The pervasiveness of this stuff is everywhere. I tried buying bouillon a couple weeks ago. I make vegetable soup, and I have a chicken stock base to it, and it wasn't chickeny enough. So I wanted to see if they had some type of bouillon. And I went out, and with 5 different bouillons they sold, every one of them had autolyzed yeast extract in it, hydrolyzed soy protein, monosodium glutamate, propylene glycol, yeast extract, disodium guanylate, disodium inositate. It went on and on and on and on. I'm like, this is insane.
I don't think most people speak labels, so we might have to talk about what those are. But
basically, horrible endocrine system disrupting chemicals that make you fat, make you tired, make you fatigued, react to these things probably aids in increasing diabetes and dysfunction and heart disease and inflammation and damage to your body. And it's a great cash cow for the entire pharma medical industry.
That's right. And Joe, you love his term.
Words, Jeff. What are you doing?
He's like, just say what you mean, Jeff, right? You're just so, But Joe, you love the term that he uses when it comes to this. So why don't you just relay that?
Yeah, this is a good one I got from Jeff. Obesogens. I like that one, Jeff. Obesogens. Everybody knows what carcinogens are. They cause cancer. Obesogens cause obesity, and you don't even know you're consuming them. And some of them aren't consumable. I mean, some are environmental, right? In the plastic bottles, in the cookware, in all that kind of stuff. These are obesogens too. So it's a broad spectrum, right, Jeff?
Yeah, say for instance, something inflames you. Your body's going to hold more water for that inflammation. And if most of the things that they're adding to foods inflame you, you're going to hold a lot more water. You can be a lot more plump and rounded than you should be. I've had several clients tell me when they went over to Italy, like these chemicals aren't in their food over there. And within 2 weeks, they all got to buy new clothes because they've shrunk significantly that their pants don't fit anymore.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Plus, they're probably a little bit more active. I mean, our lifestyle in the United States, I think, is a very sedentary lifestyle. It's loaded with chemicals and additives. We let things into our food that other countries have literally banned from their country. Yes. So, and people don't understand the impact, the long-term impact. Initially, it's not going to bother you, right? It's like, you don't get anaphylaxis, you don't get hives, you don't get those big warnings. You might get indigestion, which we've normalized so much. You might get ear infections in kids, which we've normalized so much. Belly aches. All of a sudden, you have to have your gallbladder out. You might be gaining weight. You know what I mean? You might have fatigue. You might get skin issues. All of those are signs and symptoms that your body doesn't like something. So, Jeff, can you address that a little bit?
Yeah.
He's like, how long do I have?
Yeah. Here we go. I have people come to me with skin issues, and they're picking up parasites from foods. Their bodies are inflamed from these things. Fungus is so rampant. A good majority of the people that come to see me have issues with fungus, candida, yeast overgrowth. And luckily, we have a number of products to test with and get people on the right program. And people tell me they've lost 10 pounds in a month, 15 pounds a month, 18 pounds in a month. One guy lost 50 pounds in 1 month. Just from changing his diet, changing his lifestyle, putting nutrients in, and finding which particular immune booster they need to knock down pathogens in their body. And the body works better. People tell me they feel better. What a concept. You get the garbage out, put nutrients in, you feel better. And this is what we do at the Weiner Wellness Center, folks. Come see us. We can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we missed you this week on the for your lecture. I know you had some things you had to take care of, but you were going to talk about some of these things. Can you just give us just a quick kind of summary of what you do at the Weiner Wellness Center and how you help people overcome certain sensitivities to foods and even allergens? You do a really unique testing module. Can you just give us a little summation of that?
Yeah, I'm an applied kinesiologist. And basically, we use your own body energy to communicate with the both of us what's going on internally, how well your energy flows through your internal organs. There are immune reflexes on your body that may allude to you may need some support with candida supplements or parasite supplements or antiviral, antibacterial supplements. And then we test on foods. Do the same thing with foods. I mean, good things. People react usually poorly to 40 to 70 different good foods on the first visit when I see them. That people don't realize, like mangoes, I have a problem with mangoes, watermelon, cantaloupe, onions, peppers. So when people come to see me, we'll go through a whole list of testing on all kinds of foods to show you initially, most likely you should stay away from because most likely it's creating inflammation and damage in your body. So if you stop eating things, you're wasting energy trying to digest and trying to fight while you're putting nutrients into your body. Maybe you can reset your system. Most people are nutrient lacking in many different parts of their diet regime. And you put those nutrients in and all of a sudden the body starts to work. And one of the things I was going to talk about this week was all the chemicals they put in food, like why our body doesn't work. Well, our body doesn't work if you put in autolyzed yeast extract, hydrolyzed soy protein, and on and on and on. They say depopulation programs out there that all these chemicals are added to their food. They're okay in the United States, but somehow they're banned across the world, like you said, Joe. Red 40. I walked into Costco yesterday, and on the way in, they had these awesome-looking 6-pack of these dark chocolate cake brownies with this icing and crumbly chocolate on top of it. And I took a picture of the ingredients, and this is what I do. And there was like 4 different food colorings in there, and Red 40, and all this garbage. And it looked fantastic, and I considered buying it. And I read the ingredients, and like, I wouldn't buy that. I went to the grocery store the other day, and they had roasted chicken, and they put Red 40 in the roasted chicken.
Oh, God.
I was blown away. Like, what can be wrong with roasting a chicken? Well, they made it.
We used to worry about just antibiotics and hormones and meat. Now we have to worry about dyes because apparently chicken's not red enough. So Christine has a question. What's the first thing to do when starting to eat healthier? Joe, why don't you take that one?
Wow, the first thing to do when starting to eat healthier. That's a good question. The first thing to do is eliminate processed, over-packaged, subsidized foods. Get rid of the chemicals. Go whole food. Buy as much food as you can that doesn't have a label. Buy as much food as you can that is of the earth. Okay, use Tracy's concept. If it runs, if it flies, if it swims, if it grew. Okay, and I love the way you put that in perspective, if it promoted life in some way or shape or form, it will promote life in you as well. Nothing made in a factory ever promoted life. So that's the biggest change anybody can make, is eat a whole food diet. Forget the fads, forget all of the different, every year we got 2-3 new diets on the market. Forget it. Eat whole foods. Whole foods. Biggest change anybody can make is eating real food.
Yeah, and just to simplify that, because it can be overwhelming out there, right, Joe? You can go out there and be like, well, what real food? Some people have been eating processed for so long, they don't even know what they like.
They don't know.
An easy way to shop, I think, is just stay in the produce section, stay in, your lean proteins, your meats, your eggs. I'm not a big fan of processed dairies. If you need good fats, choose real fats like avocado oil, olive oil that's not processed. Coconut oils are good. But like Joe said, if it has a label, it's one step away from food. So, chickens don't have labels. Eggs don't have labels. When it has a label, they're adding or modifying ingredients, and they're taking it away from probiotic-based, enzyme-based, mineral-based, so that it can actually be identified in your body. And most people, they are on the, kind of high processed diet. So what you said was key, Joe. First, count chemicals, right? Yeah. Count chemicals. So I used to tell moms, like, all right, everything that your child likes, right? If it's chips, Doritos, gummies, whatever that looks like, go down the organic aisle and buy all those things in organic. I was like, because at least it's going to pull the chemicals out. And then what happens is the parents come back and say, well, I'm paying $6 for a box of gummies. I'm like, correct. You are wasting $6 on a box of gummies when you could be putting out fruits and vegetables. So now let's take that $6 and the $8 for a box of cereal that's organic, and the $5 for a bag of chips that are organic, and let's put that in a jar and health budget, and let's put that money towards fruits and vegetables. I think sometimes people forget that if you don't present it, they don't have the opportunity to like it. And so we usually say, well, I don't eat broccoli, so then the kids don't eat broccoli. I don't eat fruit, so then the kids don't eat fruit. So it's a household change. When you want to embrace health, everybody else will do what you do. They don't do what you say. If anybody has the trick of kids and doing what I say, let me know, because they don't do what I say. They do what I do. I see the worst of me in my children most of the time. When he says something, I'm like, oh, snap, that came from my mouth at one time. So they do what you do. You have to first model it. Go easy. Count chemicals over calories, whole food, and then take the next step.
case
We can't see that, so you're gonna have to read that to us.
You know, I mean, or she also says organic. Organic is not just best; it's essential. You have to go organic whenever possible. It's just we have to force this issue right now because we're so far along on the other side of the equation. So you've got to force it. Organic, yeah, absolutely. Chicken,
Absolutely.
pastured, right? Eggs, pastured. Beef, it's got to be grass-fed. I mean, if you can make certain changes like that, you don't have to do it all at once, like you said, Tracy.
Right.
You got to do it all at once. But if you're looking for some ground beef to make hamburgers on the grill, you're not doing it 6 days a week. But if you're going to do it for a special occasion or a little barbecue or something, get the grass-fed beef. You know, why not spend $1 extra and get the best of the best?
But that's
Yeah,
$1.
absolutely.
It's
It's $1. People spend $7 on a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
You guys
Right.
can buy organic, okay?
I was
I
talking
just
earlier about these.
is that the
goofy-
list?
Yeah. Here's a list of the chemicals that are in.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that?
These are mini. Let me see. There you go. Can you see
You're
that?
good. Yeah, I can
Maybe.
see it.
Mini all-American cakes with fudge icing, 6-pack.
Now,
Just
here's
give you some
a way
highlights.
that you can kind of make it healthier, right? So people that like brownies, right? You love brownies. And I'm not a fan of like boxed food, but let's say you want to eat some brownies and you're going to do it, right? Go get an organic brownie mix. Go get a can of organic black beans and puree them. Leave the water in there. Drain them and put water back in the can, not tap water. Puree them up or just mash them, put them in the brownie mix and bake it as normal. And you will have nice, delicious, healthy brownies, at least healthier. And then you can make the icing out of coconut oil, cacao, maple syrup, and that makes a delicious icing. You can put peanut butter in there too, or even almond butter. So they're healthy brownies. I make them for my kids all the time. They don't even know the
You
difference.
should put out a recipe book.
That's okay. I got enough to do. But there's your tip of the day. So I want to go over the schedule real quick, guys, because
Sure.
we have a nice bracket of speakers today. And I told the guys earlier, we have to jump off a little early on the morning commentary to get our first speaker set up, Aliyah Khan El-Hadi, who is from, where's she from, Joe?
Biocidin.
Biocidin. Yeah, she's her bio was about 3 pages long. So this woman is a powerhouse of knowledge. She's going to be talking to us about the microbiome and why it is a tool for balancing optimal health. So great lecture coming up.
They do have a very unique product line, and we have several of the products. It's a very small line, 12 products. We have 3 or 4 of them here at the Weiner Wellness Center. Very effective, though.
Yeah, so she's going to be talking about that a little bit. And then Dr. Denise Baker is coming in. She's going to be talking about bone health and staying strong through the years. Dr. Baker came to one of our professional training events at Nutritional Frontiers, and I taught face, tongue, and nail at that particular one. Jeff, I think you did. This is the one that we did together. And she said it changed her practice. It took her from completely allopathic to holistic, and she now has another person in there that does the holistic health with her. So she is a beautiful blend of how it all can come together for the health of somebody. And then Jacqueline Shedden is back again. She's a nurse practitioner who does holistic functional medicine, testosterone for women, after baby and beyond. So this should be a great one. I mean, a lot of women don't realize that it could be a testosterone issue because we don't think of that for ourselves, do we, Joe?
No, everybody needs testosterone. Everybody has both of them. Estrogen and testosterone are in everyone, not just estrogen for women and testosterone for men. And then there's that in-between thing. I don't know where that comes into the question.
It's all about the balance. You got to have
That's
the balance.
Right. And then back by popular demand, our featured speaker, Robert Scott Bell, is on the bracket today. And he and I will be talking about current health events. And Joe, if you want to jump in on that link,
I was waiting for that invitation.
You're invited.
I'll be there. I will
All
be
right.
there.
All right. Well, guys, stay tuned because Robert just brings it real. And Joe's going to be on this one. Oh, good golly. Someone help me.
Look out.
That's right. So, Jeff, thanks for being here this morning. We missed you this
Welcome.
week.
I appreciate the invite. Yeah, I missed doing it too. I love doing the presentations. Just had a rough start there.
No problem. Maybe we can get you in for a special. All right, guys. Thanks for being here, guys. And thank you all for tuning in to the Weiner Wellness Virtual Summit. Stay tuned. Aliyah's up next. And